Kidd Vamp featuring Tokyo Kidd. New song, UK Fake.
All the diamonds dancing, we be running through a track. No matter where you at, you better ball and get a check. Looking at the ghost, so let's just write another track. All the diamonds dancing, we be running through a track. All the diamonds dancing, we be running through a track. All the girls are dancing, we be running through a track. I feel like Prince, giving gifts on Christmas. All the girls are dancing, we be running through a track. I'm out in Russia, been a link with Tokyo Kidd. I'm out in Russia with Tokyo Kidd. Count up the bands, yeah, we do that to this. Stir up the pot, yeah, that flick of the wrist. Take out the pot, then put it in the fridge. Take her out the bath, then put her on the bed. About to put in work right between of those legs. Oh, Tokyo wanna do work, then I jump in the whip and skirt. No matter where you at, you better ball and get a check. Ooh, do what you do, I want to make it. And I know I won't last, so I'm just gonna take it. When I look at you the one I see.
Boop-a-doop. What's up, y'all? So, I'm heading back to Ueno right now, leaving the skytree area. You know what I'm saying? I already did my little shoot over here and took some pictures, so it's great. What I'm going to talk about for right now is why I decided to leave the Navy. I already made a video about this and it got kind of a lot of views, but yeah. So what I kept encountering was different individuals in my previous career, and they just weren't happy at all. So, you know, it made the work environment not fun anymore. You know, I realized, like, it's like any corporation, they're pretty much all the same. I've had like so many different jobs. I say like 6 or 7 different jobs. It's all the same. Me, the way how I think and how I operate, I need to be happy. So if I'm not happy, I need to make a change or some type of transition. So that's why I decided to leave my career. Let's see, for example, I had a boss who resides, I think he still resides here in Japan. I'm not gonna say who his name is, but yeah, he was a big racist. That guy was racist as hell. So, but for him, I want to say I'm thankful and thank you to him, because although he is a racist, he tried his best not to be racist, but a lot of times it would show, and it really showed a lot with the black sailors. How he would talk to you, how he would tell you about opportunities. He would kind of mislead you and kind of misguide you in some scenarios, unless it benefited him. So I came across that a lot, especially living in a country like this. It's really competitive. So someone like me, for instance, me learning how to speak Japanese, he didn't like that. His wife was Japanese. You know, I'm the young black guy and I'm adventuring out in Japan. I'm having a lot of fun and I'm making all my friends. I'm doing things a lot of people can do, but for some reason they choose not to do it. Yeah, so when it came time for me to leave Japan while I was still active duty and I still had a contract with the military, I was misled a lot. So I had to take it upon myself to look at other avenues while I was still active, as opposed to going through my leadership and being misled through a particular person or a particular group of people. So like my boss would talk amongst other bosses from different departments and try to give me and other black sailors a bad rep. So stuff like that, it stays with you. You know, you can go on to another department, and if they received a bad bad critique from someone who's your boss, I mean, like, who are they going to believe until they work with you? It was so many times where someone from a different department would say, hey, you know, you're a little bit different from what so-and-so said. And I'm just like, well, who said it and what did they say? And I would just explain to them, well, I don't really think they like me because of personal issues that they have or personal reasons. But it's like any other career. So on the topic of racism, in my opinion, do I think Japan is racist? Yes and no. I think it depends on your skin color, really, on how much racism you're going to experience while you're here in Japan, and the opportunities that you're gonna have. Like, you can speak really good Japanese, but like, if the company's not looking to hire someone who's black, you know, you're out of luck. You can speak really good Japanese, but if the company is looking to hire someone who's white, you're in luck. So it just depends on the deck of cards. So like, the way how I look at it is how I look at life. Everyone gets dealt a deck of cards. So when you come to Japan, based upon the deck of cards that you have, you need to utilize those cards to the best of your abilities. You need to know how to move, how to make friends, who to talk to, how to network. It's like any other city. So there's a saying, if you can make it in New York City, you can make it anywhere in life. I say it's the same in any city. If you can make it in Los Angeles, California, you can make it anywhere, especially Hollywood. If you can make it in Hollywood, bro, believe me, you can make it anywhere. If you can make it in Tokyo, you can make it anywhere. It's the same thing. I was just really tired of just being stressed out. So like, my role as a supervisor in the Navy, I became more of like a babysitter to the new sailors who would get in trouble, and then it would affect me. Like, I would have to stay at work for an extra like 5 to 6 hours because so-and-so messed up something and they can't get it right. And with that type of work, you can't just fire somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole process of kicking someone out because they're in a foreign country based off of their work. They're given a visa, which is a military ID card based off of their work. So you just can't fire somebody. You have to find another person to do their work, or someone that's qualified even beyond means to come to another department to do their work. I was just tired of that stuff, man. So I ended up quitting, and I'm gonna break the rules here and go on red. But yeah, I ended up quitting and getting out, and I'm gonna say this from the bottom of my heart. That was the best decision I ever made in my life. So I was definitely in the pursuit of happiness, like Will Smith, and yeah, I would definitely say I've found happiness quite a few times, way more times than I did while I was in the military. The military isn't bad, but the mindset and how it's structured, it's like, it has to be your life. You know what I'm saying? Your family has to be the military mindset. Oh, I think our dad or our mom's gonna move again. What are we gonna do? We gotta get the kids out of school. Like, I live that because my stepdad, he put me through that whole scenario as well too. So I saw it from both ends. I saw it from, well, Brandon, do you wanna be that military guy that's traveling all over the world? But are you really traveling all over the world? No. You're working all over the world. Yeah, them things are loud. But, you know, the cool incentives is you get to get housing and get stationed overseas, and you'll get the opportunities that I call windows. So after like let's say after like a 14-hour workday, which is normal as hell. It's normal. Like, you check into work, you working like 14 hours today, bro. It's normal to just be like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gonna just go home and go to sleep. Or if you're more junior in rank, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to my barracks room and just go to sleep, which is like, barracks room are like dorm rooms, and they're on base. But then you gotta be at work again the next day. I just got tired of that same routine, man. It was just tiring. And I still have a lot of friends who are still in, and they're all saying the same thing, man. I'm just like, bro, you know what? Like, that's not what life is about. You know, I think I have friends who are still in, and I have friends who got out. And I noticed a similarity between my friends who are in and my friends who got out. Friends who are in are scared to live life. Being honest. the people that I know who are still in the military are scared to live life. Because they're scared of the fact that there's no security. Well, what if this happens? What if this happens and then I have to go do this? But like with a job like that, they kind of sucker you in with, okay, well, your housing's gonna get paid on time, and it's through the government. So it's not like if I were to go through a housing agency, the money will always be there. It's based off of rank and merit, so I have to earn it. But however, my shit will always get paid for because I'm active duty working for the government. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I had different job opportunities, like working at the embassy and stuff like that. It was great, but it was just really demanding, and I wasn't having any fun. And surprisingly, at times, and this blows my mind, this picture here, when I took this picture, it was with a few Japanese officers, and we had a Prime Minister Abe. He came on board our ship, and he used to come to our ship a lot. And one of the Japanese officers said, hey, Brandon, son, you know, you're really smart. I was like, yeah. He's like, you know, the Navy might not be for you. You should probably do something else. And I said, you know what? You're right. And then like a few months later, I got out. Because what I ended up doing was I ended up translating a lot for American officers to the Japanese officers. And I was just like, bro, regardless of what I do, if it's extra beyond my duty, I'm not getting paid for it. And see, my thing is this. I have fun, I enjoy working, I enjoy helping others, but if it's more so troubling for myself, like such as translating from English to Japanese in a government setting, I need to be getting paid extra for that. And that's something that, like, when I was in the Navy, they weren't trying to do that. They're like, nah, you'd have to go through this process and then go through this. You might get stationed somewhere else if you want to be a translator. I was just like, you know what, I think I'll probably just get out. Yeah, and it didn't help that I was single with no kids. Because if you're single with no kids in that type of corporation, they're pretty much gonna try to throw you anywhere. You might end up in Bahrain, which isn't bad, but I don't wanna live in Bahrain. You might end up in Germany, which isn't bad, but I don't wanna live in Germany. And it costs the government less to send someone like me overseas, because it's just me. If it's me and like two little Brandons, and let's say I have a spouse, and you know, she's twerking like this statue over here, bam, and yeah, then it costs the government more money. But the funny thing about it is, if you come into the military already with a family, you're already given all the cool incentives of housing. You're already giving a lot of pay based off of just having a family. It's not based off of merit. So I don't know how many times I work with someone that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I end up doing their job, but then as a junior sailor, we're the same rank. I have to go sleep on the ship or go sleep in the barracks room, in the dorm rooms, while so-and-so can't even do their work, and they get to go get a house because they have a family, because they have kids. It's not because they can do their job. So I got tired of those kind of scenarios, man. It wasn't a lot of fairness going around. So that doesn't mean don't join the military, because it's a good stepping stone. It looks good on resumes and stuff like that. And it could open your eyes to all sorts of things, but that's only if you allow it to do so. So a lot of my friends are still, I call it running circles, because as soon as they clock out and they're done with work for the day, let's say they go home, they bring their work home. And that's not something I do. They're constantly thinking about work, like Rihanna. But that's not what I'm trying to do, and that's not what I'm trying to do for my family and my future family, like, you know, when I have a family and I have kids. Because eventually, I think what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna have a kid someday. So I didn't want to put my kids under that kind of pressure, because I went through that pressure before. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna, as a kid, I don't know if I'm gonna have to say bye to all my friends again, because, you know, dad's work, we keep moving all the time. Yeah, I really didn't like it so much. So, but I'm real thankful, because my situation and social media, I was able to keep contact with a lot of my friends even as far back as middle school, and some even as far back as elementary school, although I did move around like a lot. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I decided to get out of the military and just live my life. But ever since then, man, I've been happy, man, so it's great. But that's my little 2 cents on, like, you know, racism in Japan and why I decided to leave my career. If you want a little bit further in depth on it, you can check out this video right here that I made quite some time ago. It has a lot of views, but yeah, that's the biggest reason why. If I was still active duty, like today is Saturday, I got tired of standing duty. Like you can work 24 hours on a Saturday like this, so it's a routine. So let's say you have a duty section of every 5 days you have duty. So if it just so happens that duty lands on your birthday, guess what? And it's a Saturday, guess what? You gotta work on your Saturday and it's your birthday. If it's your wife's anniversary or your anniversary with your spouse, guess what? You gotta work on your anniversary. You know, I just got tired of that stuff. You know, if it's Saturday and Friday night, fucking Sunday or, you know, Thursday and I'm trying to go out and have some fun, I ain't trying to work and I ain't trying to worry about that stuff. And you know something, like, that type of work will always be there. It's not like, oh, that guy is such a good aspect to our company. Yeah, that type of company is so huge, man. It's always gonna be there. You're just a little pawn to the puzzle. So, you know, I took what I learned from it and I'm applying it to myself, and it's like, man, it feels so good. It's like the best decision I've ever made. But as far as like security and stuff like that, like having a good foundation and not having to worry about anything, you're good. So then that's why I would say, if that's who you are as a person, stay in. If you got a lot of kids and, you know, you want to make sure you got a good check coming in all the time, stay in, you know. But if you're in a situation in life where you're like me, then yeah, don't worry about it. You should be all right. So I'm almost back to where I'm staying at. Let me fix the focus. I'm almost back to where I'm staying, so I'm gonna cut this off and save the battery. I'm gonna head on over to Roppongi later today and probably link up with some friends, take some pictures and stuff, make some videos, and that's pretty much it. So if you guys like this video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comment section. Hit me up on Instagram, Tokyo Kidd Vamp. Follow Tokyo Kidd Productions, and we're gonna have a great time, guys. Jyanai, deuces. Okay, cool. So there's a few more things I wanted to add to the video. So before I got out, there was a lot of people telling me that I wouldn't make it in life. They were telling me that I wouldn't be successful. I'm serious, man. These are like my bosses. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna be successful. That's because they were telling me their insecurities. Like, these are people who've been in for like 20-something years. You know, they have like, I'm gonna be honest, they have their own shit going on at home, they have trouble going on at home, and when they come to work, they're just like stressed out, and they put it on me, or they put it on other sailors, and I was just like, bro, like, you know, mental health is real. You gotta go take care of yourself. But no, I just got tired of it. So upon getting out of the Navy, I followed my dreams, and I went to go play college football for a year at Long Beach City College. It was great. And then after that, I went to school in Santa Monica College. Then I got a Santa Monica college sweater on. This is probably the only one in Japan, which is really cool to know. I feel rare. But yeah, and then after that, now I go to school in San Francisco. I go to an Academy of Art University school. So I think that solidifies me as an artist since I go to an art school, right? Oh, snaps. This is what I was talking about in a previous video. So the gratings is a Chikatetsu line underneath you. So there's a subway station underneath us, and that's 9 times out of 10 there's a train station nearby. So just letting you guys know. But yeah, so now that's gonna be the end of the video. I just had like I just remembered a little bit more that I need to add into the video. You know, a little bit more information for you guys. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add to this video. So I don't think I'm gonna take any more photos here. So I think I'm gonna power down the camera. But you guys know what to do. See ya.